life is an arcade. I wanna play every single game. These bright lights are making my heart race.
Welcome back, guys, to the Authentic Vibes Only podcast. It's been a minute, not always the best with recording. Go over this every time. Sometimes I run out of things to talk about. Gotta find things that spark me or things in everyday life that make it easier to be able to speak on things that relate to the brand and the journey. First off, let's give a quick shout out to all my sponsors, JW's Third Base in Rock Falls, Illinois, One Take Photography and Videography. Shout out my boy Sean. He's been doing big things with his videography and photography. And then Candlelight Inn, Rock Falls, Illinois, and Clinton, Iowa. And as always, the podcast is brought to you by the Authentic Vibes Only clothing brand. And today I want to speak on happiness and where does happiness come from? Because actually, I have two things that I'll speak on with happiness. Is first of all, I had a conversation with a customer at the bar yesterday, and we were talking about happiness, right? And what in life makes you happy, and doing the things that make you happy, and not caring about what others think, and basically being like materialistic and stuff along those lines. So I'll get into that story second, actually. But I watched another podcast, the 1% podcast, and there's a part in one of the episodes that they talk about happiness. And I have a similar belief with happiness. And I feel like a lot of the times I feel like I'm in an unhappy state of mind, but I don't know why or for what reason. So I try to figure that out. And I believe that, especially thinking about it a lot and, hearing other podcasts speak on it and things along those lines, is that happiness comes in two forms, right? You have external happiness and internal happiness. So external happiness would be like the things that are going on around us. So say like, I don't know, a breakup in a relationship, which can end up being internal as well. But your car breaks down, you get fired from a job, things along those things. Those are external things that aren't always so much under your control. I would say external happiness is more the things in life that are not under our control. And they give an example in the podcast where, so say someone like, I get an email and someone sends me $10,000. Of course I'm going to be happy, right? But maybe I was unhappy before that happened. But if someone sent me $10,000, of course I'm going to be happy. I just got $10,000. But that's like a in the moment, like, oh my God, I just got $10,000. I'm so happy. But are you really happy? And in the podcast, he also speaks, he says like after that it's like understanding the external factors that make you happy and the internal factors. Like internal happiness is right here, right now. All emotions are present at all times. Joy, sad, happiness, and all those things, motivation can be felt internally. And you can be happy in the present moment of your life right now, regardless of what's going on around you. And basically, after watching that clip, it makes me realize that, like, regardless of the external things that can make me happy, is be happy regardless with my current life experience, regardless of external factors. And it doesn't matter if work's not going right, money's not right, relationship stuff's not going right, all that stuff, right? That can cause me to be unhappy. Like, but I can still be happy. Those are external things, but internally, I can still be happy, And I think it like, to dig on that deeper, is like, you can be happy for, I guess, still external things, but just like being more grateful, I guess. I think that gratefulness and like happiness kind of go one in one, hand in hand. Is that like, when you're grateful for just waking up and being able to wake up and open your eyes and live life, like, you should just be happy. There's so much worse things that could be going on. I get to wake up every single day. I have my own house, my own car. I can pay for meals. I can eat, I have family, friends, a job, my dog, and it's just appreciating more of your current moment than just being upset for maybe something that happened earlier in the day or an external factor that's out of your control. And in the podcast, he says, like, the thing is with life is like, things rarely are going right. That's the shitty part about life, right? Is that rarely do things go right for you. If you think about it, like, you could, like he said, you can get on a hot streak. You could get blessed and get on a hot streak where you're in a position where things are going consistently right, and there's no negative things in your life. But I would say on a day-to-day basis that majority of things, there's things that are going to negatively impact your day and cause you to think that you're unhappy, which in reality, you're not unhappy. It's just looking at those situations and taking things with more of a grain of salt and realizing, like, holy shit, my life is not bad. Like, just because that just happened, that doesn't change anything else going on in my life. You know what I mean? I mean, there's big factors, I don't want to say it doesn't change anything. Like, if you don't get a job offer that you expected to have, or you wanted to, get promoted, this and that, blah, 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 but then you got to think about it deep down and think, everything, like I've said before, everything that happens for me isn't happening. It's not happening to me. It's happening for me. And if you didn't get that job, or you didn't get that money, or whatever the case may be, or that car you wanted at the time, or, the house you wanted, it wasn't meant for you. The universe, life, all that, everything comes in divine timing. So what's meant for you is going to kind of come to you, and everything, every person, every materialistic thing, every job, every piece of money, everything you touch, everything's going to come to you at the time it needs to come to you. So maybe you weren't ready for that. Maybe you thought you were ready for that job and you weren't prepared, and God and the universe are holding off until you're prepared for the moment. And the next moment is a moment that's bigger than what that moment was or that job was. And your life played out in such a better factor and played out in the way it was supposed to by making you wait. And I think I fall into that. It's just like, being unhappy, and there's a lot of areas in life, like I feel I'm not there yet, and I wonder why. And I sit and I think about it and I contemplate it, and the more I do contemplate it and think about it, and I got to take my own advice, and I do, I just am becoming more grateful for the small things and the life I get to live. Like, that's happy. Like, I got good friends. I have a good family. I have a well-paying job. Like I said, I got a car, a house, everything's mine. I got an amazing dog, and there's other things I want, but they'll come when the time is right. And then I look into, I think happiness too is just like you said, it's wanting too much or not being appreciative of where you're at and what you have. I think that has a lot to do with happiness. Like, where does happiness come from is consistently thinking about, well, I don't have this, or I didn't get this, or I'm not with this, and not being present enough in what you do have in your life at the time. So think about it. So, there's a lot of things that, I'll go based off of things that I struggle with, right? That I feel like make me unhappy. The brand's not going the way I wish it would be, and I look into the future and think about what I want it to be and where I believe it can be and where it should be. And it's not there yet, but it'll come. Just got to keep working, and what I can be grateful for is the fact that I have my own brand and I get to work on that, and I get to enjoy that process and enjoying the process of that, rather than looking so far down into the future that I lose sight of what I already have. And that's the fact that I have the means and time and everything, not as much time as I would like, but enough time that I get to do what I enjoy. It's not full time, and I really wish it was. And that's kind of like the happiness. It's not even just the money aspect of it. It's just that money plays a part into it. It doesn't bring me enough money where I can do it full time. And it makes me unhappy that I can't. But like, why am I not just happy that I have my own brand? You know what I'm saying? And I'm able to create stuff and be a creator and be an artist and use what I went to school for and design and network and meet all these amazing fucking people that I've met the last 3 years running the brand and working with these people and having conversations with these people and changing the views of my life, things like that. I can be way more grateful for that and realize, like, presently, what do I have? I already have this. There's a million other people right now, maybe not, maybe not a million, but, so many other people right now wishing they had the life that I had. And I'm fucking ungrateful for it. But why? We are stuck in a mindset and in a point in time where we always want more. It's want, It's never, I'm grateful. I have this. And I'm subject to that as well. It's upsetting. It's upsetting for myself. Like, I want, and I think it's more of also that, like, besides wanting more, I want more for myself. It's not like a material thing. It's like I believe in myself so much more that I know I can reach that. But I need to be present in the fact that it takes time. And I'm working towards that and being more present in the fact of what I have now and what I can build on. in what I already have, what can I build on to continue to grow? So that's the part with the brand. And then, I've been single for 5 years, and that takes a toll. I'm not gonna lie. That's a big one I fight with a lot, is like, I'm unhappy because I'm not in a relationship. But like, also, why am I unhappy I'm not in a relationship? I mean, I have, like I said, I just got to be grateful for what I have. And when the time is right, the right partner will come into my life. And I think it's more of a like, loneliness is like, you feel so alone. Even with yourself, like, I feel like I'm a very self person, like I have everything, like, and I do everything myself, like, I have everything you could need as a person. I take care of myself, this and that, but like, times get lonely. So I don't know if that's more of like unhappiness, or like, just you feel lonely sometimes, and the thing is like, I don't want a relationship just to fill a void of loneliness either. So I'm try to be very picky with people I bring into my life, because I'll get attached quick, but is that the right partner for me? You know what I'm saying? So, being unhappy to not be in a relationship also is like, but not being in a relationship at this time, what is that allowing me to do in the present? Relationships take a lot of sacrifice. It takes up a lot of time. Money takes money, takes patience, love, takes a lot of things. And I need to be grateful for the fact that even though I don't have a relationship right now, I don't have to sacrifice as much, and be grateful for the present time in my life, that I have extra time, I have extra money, I have, I get to care for myself. I don't have to worry about another person consistently. Does that sound selfish? But it's not. It's just like, at the time and in my life right now, that's the things, that are at play. And just be grateful more for the fact that I get to do those things, and I don't have to constantly worry about someone else's feelings on what I'm doing or what I'm not doing, and walking on eggshells, or something like that. And then there's money, I feel like I never have enough of it, regardless. And it sucks, because I feel like I'm at a point in time where, even if I was a millionaire, I feel like I wouldn't have enough money. And I think I lose sight in a lot of things. And this is where I'm going to get into the conversation I had at the bar with the customers. Like, money's not everything, man. Money doesn't buy happiness. I don't care what anyone says, man. That goes back to the external things, man. You can have all the money in the world and be the loneliest and not happy motherfucker there is, because you don't have real relationships and real people around you and all this, and people want to just be around you and use you because you got money, and you may have all the materialistic things. Does that make you less lonely? I don't believe so, because you could go buy a new $100,000 million car and go show off to everyone, and they're going to say, hey man, yeah, that's a fucking awesome truck. You may have a 10-minute conversation with that person, then they're gone. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. Like, who are you showing off for? Because at the end of the day, like, it doesn't matter to anybody else. Especially, that's what I want to get at, that with money and materialistic things, and like, money doesn't buy happiness, man. You could buy everything in the world, you're still going to be lonely. You're still going to be unhappy. It doesn't change anything. So with money, if you have money or whatever, do the things you want to do. Like, if you got money and you buy a new truck and you want to show off to people, like I said, people are going to say, cool. And I'm not saying don't go buy a new car, right? If you got the money and that's what you want to do it. But if you don't have like a ton of money and you just buy something new and you want to do it to show off and be like, holy shit, I got something new. And then, like I said, that you tell someone and they see it and you have a conversation with them for 10 minutes and they're, oh, that's such an awesome car. That's so blah, 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 they're gone. And then you're talking to no one and you're still stuck with the fucking payment that's $5,000 a month or however much it is, and then you're unhappy because you're stressing that you can't afford it anymore. Or you could never afford it and you thought you could. And then you got to fucking work 10 times harder to try to make that money to pay for that. And then you're working more, you're off less, you got more hours, and you're not living life. Then you're stuck in the fucking rat race of life, the so-called life that society wants to put on us of the 9-to-5s and working overtime and all this and that. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with 9-to-5s and stuff. I work a 9-to-5 still, It's just that there's more to being happy in life than material things and external things. It's fucking, enjoying the little things, enjoying your fucking life, getting to actually experience life instead of spending the money on material things and thinking if that didn't happen externally, then internally I'm unhappy, because it's not true. You can be so happy, man. I mean, there's some people that I know that don't have a lot of money, don't make money, but they are so happy. I'll go back to like when I lived in Egypt, when I visited Egypt, man. Egypt's a third world country, right? Egypt's poor as shit. Egypt was one of the coolest places I've ever been. And to put in perspective, the money exchange over there is 3 cents to the dollar. Right? So $1, US dollar, for them, exchanges to 3 cents. So like, to me, or maybe I said that back, or however that fucking works, I'm not a fucking mathematician on this shit, but it's 3 cents to the dollar. So I'm walking around $500 American. Well, it was American. I got to exchange the Egyptian currency. I can't remember what it's called. Egyptian pound. And I'm walking around with like 15,000 Egyptian pound, right? I'm like one of the fucking richest people walking around. Like our tour guides would even tell us that, like, don't bring all that money with you. Like, people around here don't have that kind of money. But you walk around Egypt and they're just so fucking happy to just be alive. Like, live in the desert, experience, the Nile River and the pyramids, and just experience life, and sit down and smoke a hookah and at a cafe and watch the sunset, and being in Egypt really changed my perspective of enjoying the little things, because they're poor as fuck over there, man. And I would say that my life materialistically is a million times better than 99% of the people I met or saw over there. And that's no knock on these people. Please do not. I'm not knocking on the Egyptian people. They are beautiful people. They were wonderful. They're wonderful to me. They treat you so well. But materialistically, what I have compared to what they have is miles more. And these people do not give a flying fuck. They are the happiest people I've ever met in my entire life. And it really makes you shift your mentality and your mindset of what is life really about, and where does happiness really come from. And like I said, I think, just like that other podcast says too, there's 2 types of happiness. There's external happiness and internal happiness. You can be happy all the time if you're not focused on the external part of happiness. Internally, you can consistently be happy if you're just happy with the present moment and experience you're living in at that time of life. And money is not everything. Enjoying, like, and even if, like, you have to have money to travel, right? Whatever. I get that. I said money's not everything, but money's more than material things. Like, you're just stuck with those. You can't take them with you, but you can take experience. You can take memories. So enjoy life. Fucking enjoy the little things. Be more grateful. Be more present. And look at life around you. Go for a walk. Enjoy the air. Enjoy the sunsets. Enjoy the sunrise. Travel and experience what life is really about. And it's not all about money. It's not all about materialistic stuff. It's not all about that. Life and happiness is what you make it. And do you want to make it to be all about material and be stuck with all that stuff when you die and never have left the town you lived in your whole life? Never experienced other cultures, never experienced another city, never done any of that stuff, never got to see the things you wanted to see because you're too worried about money and saving money. Even at that, like, if you have some money and you want to do it. I'm saying, like, if you want to buy it, if you want to use it materialistically, go for it. If you want to use it and experience life and travel, do it. Time doesn't come back. Money comes and goes. But you can't take that stuff with you. Every day, another minute, another second, another hour off your life. You could be gone tomorrow. So enjoy the now, enjoy the present. Be happy now, be happy internally, and live it up, man. Live life how you want to live it, because you always have yourself, your experiences, how you experience life, how you live life, and what anyone else does or thinks doesn't fucking matter. That's their life. Let them do what they want to do, experience what they want to do. Like I said, spend money on what they want to spend money on. If it is material stuff, go for it. But the older I get and the more money I have and things like that, is like, I don't want the material stuff. I say that as I fucking have so much stuff, but like, I don't care about the money, I care about enjoying life with the people that I love and being around good people and getting to experience memories. And it doesn't matter how much money I make and how much money I spend, it doesn't matter what kind of car I drive. And I used to, always, I got a nice car, but like, when I first got it, that's all I cared about, was like other people's perceptions of me now because I have this car. And like, I was on, like, I still have a pretty big sneaker collection, but when I bought sneakers, it's always like for other people's opinions. Like, holy shit, he has that shoe. But who gives a fuck? If I want the shoe, I'm going to get it, Like, it used to be for everyone else. But like, even when I spend money materialistically now, it's like, it's because I fucking want it. It's not for your opinion. It is for something that I enjoy and I like. And same thing, with travel. It's like, money comes and goes, man. If I want to go somewhere, I'm going to do it. I don't care if it costs me $5,000. And, I work, like I said, you don't want to slave your life away, but if I got to work a little bit of extra hours to make that money back up, I got to experience, man. That's what I want. That's what I want to do, enjoy, travel, experience life, see different cultures. And I don't know, man, this has gone on a tangent about from happiness, but it's just more along the lines of, like, where does happiness come from? And happiness, like I said, there's external factors, there's internal factors. You could be happy every day, and regardless of if you get to do any of that stuff, just be more present and enjoy the life you're living now. You know, don't look so far ahead. Don't look into the future. Don't think about tomorrow. Just live now. Be grateful for what's in front of you. And I'm fucking tired of doing it myself, you know? I'm just consistently thinking about, like I said, where the brand could be, what I want it to be, what I envision it to be, instead of enjoying what I already have with it and enjoying that process and just like getting lost in that. And like I said, relationship wise, it's like it gets lonely out here, but fuck it, dude. Like I'm living. Like I'm enjoying life with or without a partner. Like I'm still gonna go, you know, do the things that I want to do, even if some of them, like, there's certain things I always tell myself, like, I won't do it because I don't have a partner. But why? Why? I don't need a girlfriend to go do that stuff, you know? Ask a friend, ask your mom, ask your dad, ask a sibling. Go by yourself. It don't really fucking matter. Do it. Do what you want to fucking do, regardless, man. Like, just do what you want to do to be fucking happy. And like I said, it's not all about money, this and that. If you want to fucking spend money, go spend money. If you want to travel, travel. If you want to buy things and be materialistic, fucking do it. And I think it's just more along the lines, man, just happiness too comes from like worrying so much what someone else thinks. And who gives a fuck? It's your life. Live it the way you want to live it. It doesn't matter who has something dumb to say about it or says that you shouldn't do it or says, oh, I wouldn't do that. You know, it's like, well, you don't have to because it's not your life. Or I wouldn't buy that, or I wouldn't travel there. Well, that's cool. You wouldn't, but I want to. And I'm going to. You know? Yeah, I don't know. It's been a while since I've been on here, so I didn't really... like I said, it's hard to talk about things, but this has been hitting home, like just happiness is in how I get so stuck in these fucking ruts of feeling unhappy, but for why? For why, bro? Talk to yourself. Think about it. Why, Braeden? Why the fuck are you like that? Why are you unhappy? What do you have? Externally, what do you have? What do you have that you don't, like, what don't you have that you already, like, what do you want that you don't already have? There's only, like, you know, like, what the fuck else could I want? I have a fucking crazy setup in my room for my podcast and my brand. You know, I got 2 monitors, a MacBook computer. Nobody gives a fuck. I'm not telling you that to make you guys be like, holy shit, you got it. You know, it's just like, nobody gives a fuck about my setup. Did I want it? Yeah. But like, what more could I want that I already don't have? I've got a fucking cool car. I got my own house. The only things I want, I feel like have to do with money. And that's kind of getting back to, like I said, money's not everything. And realistically, like, with the brand, like, I just want it to succeed. But I always solely base it off of money. And the brand being successful has nothing to do with money. And I get lost in that. The brand being successful has to do with the fact that I'm putting out a message with my clothing and my podcasts that can change somebody's life. And that's my top goal that I've had for 3 years on my goal list. Change the world, how people view it, change people's lives and mindsets and help them evolve. And that has nothing to do with fucking money. It has to do with passion. What am I passionate for? Passionate for that. That's what I'm passionate for. I feel like that's my purpose, what I was put on life for. And that has nothing to do with money. this shit may never take off. You know? As much as I wanted to, it may never. But I'm able to do it still. And I should be happy for that, is that I'm able to put that out there. I'm able to spread that message and able that this could change someone's life regardless if it made me money or not. That was always my main goal. Change people's lives, how they view it, and help people evolve. Not live by the standards of society and be their authentic self. Become your authentic self and live that journey of the never-ending journey of continuously bettering yourself and living by your rules. No rules. Realistically, no rules. Living by the way you want to live, what you want to do, what you want to be. And I get lost on the side of money. So I need to be more grateful and happy in that aspect and forget about money. And money's not going to bring me happiness with this. And what I want is for the people to come to me and see messages or people reach out like from different avenues and all over the place, not just, and I love to hear it from people in my town, if like people enjoy it and stuff like that. But I want to see that this changes people's lives. And the money will come, it'll come. I'm not worried about that. And I need to stop worrying about that because like that's not the main goal of this. And that's just, my happiness. And I think I get lost still. That's why it's the never ending journey. Like I said, it's authentic vibes, the never ending journey of becoming yourself to be you for you. And I still get stuck in what people think about me. And shit like that. And it could just be like a self thing, but like I'm so worried that I'm meant for much more. But look what I've already done. And oh fuck, I lost it. What's up, bro? I think that fuck. Lost it, man. I lost it. That's the worst part about this, is losing your train of thought. Yes, hello. I think I get lost in the fact. Oh, let's go back to this. Let's change subject again. Like, what more could I want? That I don't already have. And I get lost in the fact that I don't want to live in Rock Falls. That's one of the things that makes me unhappy as well. And I don't want to be here. And I tell myself every day, I fucking hate it here. I fucking hate it here. But why? I don't have to like Rock Falls. But I'm here. I'm here in this moment. Let me be grateful for what I have and happy for what I have here in Rock Falls at this moment. And I feel like a fucking loser that I'm still working and managing my parents' restaurant at 26. This is at one point in my life, this is what I viewed myself doing at 26. But look at what that comes with. Be grateful for what I have from that and what I've been able to accomplish with that. And not so far into, I need to get the fuck out of here. I need to be grateful for what that allows me to do. Gives me free time to have my passion, which is this. Gives me enough money to pay for everything that I do. Everything that I have. Gives me experience and knowledge that I wouldn't have had in running my own brand and trying to start my own business. Is being able to have the experience. It's not that I hate the restaurant, I'm just saying I hate Rock Falls. But if I don't tell myself every fucking day that I hate it, I won't be so unhappy as well. You know what I'm saying? If you speak negatively, you're going to feel negatively. So if I'm just grateful and present in the moment that I'm here right now, in my own house, in Rock Falls, with my own car, my own money, my own time, and I still get to do and enjoy the things that I want to do, what am I so unhappy for? What do I hate so much? Good question, right? So that's my, personal experience on struggling with happiness and just trying to overcome those things. And my advice is, I already said my advice. My advice is happiness comes in two forms: external, internal. And start thinking about internally why you could be happy every day, and that can lead from external things. But just being grateful and present in the moment and present in your life experience right now, you can understand and be happy all the time rather than just so unhappy. Like I would like to say that I am myself, like I said. And in many aspects, like I said, being in Rock Falls, the brand not being where it wants to be, not being in a relationship. Like, dude, there's so many other fucking things that shit don't even fucking matter. Like, I'm grateful. I need to be, and I am grateful, and I'm starting to be way more grateful for, even though I don't have those things, the positives that come from not having those things and what I already have because of because of that. And that's all I have for today. I appreciate you for listening. I appreciate you for watching. As always, brought to you by the Authentic Vibes Only brand. And hope this message treats you well. And yeah, have a good day. Have a good night. Thank you.
I don't abuse it. Take your crafts and you infuse them. Say you're normal, that's kinda weird. In deep thought, stroking my beard. Head of the table, saying my cheers. Ended up grateful for all the tears. Ready to grind for years. Been loving what's in